struggling for a while with my own personal issues. That's not an excuse. Nobody has put me up to this. I wanted to sincerely apologize to the family and for my actions. I wanted to apologize to my family for my actions as well. I've no way of putting it into words how sorry I am. What's done is done. I hope you have a good life. I hope your family has a good life. I wish the best for you. I wish peace for you. I'm glad we had our times. But again, there's no excuse for what I've done. I'm just sorry. I won't make this mistake again in my life. I've learned who I am. I know I've said this before, but I'm getting help now. And I don't have any other words to say. I'm not going to reach out. I'm not going to talk to much people after this. Through God I trust, and just wish you the best. Really do. I'm not mad at anybody. I don't seek revenge for anything. There's no reason for the things to come at this point for that matter. I think it's important that I continue getting therapy and help. And again, I wish the best for everybody. And I wish everybody a great evening, a great morning, a great night. Forever will I hold this to myself until I truly change as a person. And in my changing as a person, I hope to remind and to stay encouraged through treatment. But to the family, I thank you for blessing me with a great friend. And I'll always be here until the end. And I just, yeah. I'm sorry. There's nothing else I can say. But I'm sorry. It will be through my actions that I prove that I'm sorry. my anger get the best of me. And I won't let things get to me anymore. I don't let things get to me anymore. I've seen things in this world that I cannot explain, that God has showed me, and the thoughts that come to my mind. And that thought and that peace, I lay in my bed. I appreciate it. I'm so thankful to have what I have, and it's just really disappointing. It's been a rough couple of months. And, there's no excuse for what I've done, and there's no laughing matter in the situation. I feel like I could have done better. I could have tried my best. I didn't. I gave up. I'm sorry for giving up. And I won't give up anymore. I've been talking to a lot of friends, and they've given me a lot of advice. And I've made my bed, and now it's time for me to lie in it. And I thank my attorney, and I thank the judge, and I hope for mercy. But whatever happens will happen. It's meant to happen. And like I said, I'm going to continue this program until I complete it. I'm not just going to stop after the case is over. Hopefully going into the community as well, doing community work, and just praying for you guys. That's what has been suggested. My friends look out for me, and there's no foul play to expect here. If I'm to be robbed, or people are to threaten me for what I've done, that's on them. I'm not going to take action for a reaction. I'm not going to let a reaction get another involuntary action that just isn't good for anybody. But I wish you all the best. I tried my best. No, I didn't. I did, but I didn't. I wasn't patient. I wasn't thankful for what I had, for what I have. And after being in jail for a little more of the last time that I was in jail, it's taught me a lot about value and respect. And just being myself, not trying to put on a mask, which is really easy to do in today's age, to mask yourself, to hide from the responsibilities you have to find happiness. But I think that at this time, it would be best if we move on with our lives as we already are and already have. For my good friend Terry, I wish you the best as well. Thank you for being my friend for as long as you were. But at this time, I and cutting off all communication with you guys. And, I hope that you see this. If not, you know, it's here. I attempted to express my thoughts publicly, and you know, to all the friends that I've lost, you guys were never really my friends, and I realize that now. But karma got me for sure this time. Karma's been chasing me for a long time, but now that everything is reset, clean plate, I'm pretty happy to start my life anew and to start over. I wanted to thank some of my older friends as well for being a mentor for me. And I'm sorry I backed out at the last moments before the incident happened. I think that was slightly more also responsible for my actions at the time. And the reason of my actions at the time, I have no recollection of why I did it or how it came to be. It just happened. I snapped. And word to word, hearsay to hearsay, I can promise you that people can claim me to be abusive and to be abusive all they want, but the truth of the matter is, abuse can go one way, but it can also go both ways. And through what that person has had and their life happened to them, didn't deserve what happened to them. But I feel as if, I knew this would happen. It had to happen. For that person to continue going through the learning lessons in life, they picked a path with me, and I showed them the path that they picked. And there's no excuse for my actions, but again, I'm sorry. I tried to say I was going to make this brief, but for those who don't understand what's going on, I ended up choking out my partner at the time after Valentine's Day, and admitted to everything that I did, went to jail. Now I'm facing prison time. Which is a completely different learning experience from jail. But, with my fear being so great with not imprisonment, but the effects of imprisonment and the effects on how it will happen to other people, it's just difficult to really talk about this. It's why it has taken me so long to go live and really speak about the subject matter. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to go too into detail of what happened that night. But I will be honest and say that yes, I was cheating on my partner. And, they caught me, which was bound to happen. I wasn't really hiding my tracks. I think there was a point where in the relationship I was done, but with the person not having anywhere to live, I would go back and forth from being like, okay, they have to leave, to they have nowhere to go, where will they go? Which wasn't my problem or responsibility as a 20-year-old. I have my own life to live. I've regained connection to a lot of friends that I lost for a long time. And, starting my life new again, it really has showed me the value of what I have, and just staying committed to what I believe and being positive to people around me and being loving and caring, because that's who I really am. Um, I love I love this world. I love a lot of people in this world. I don't hate anybody. I don't want ill for anybody. I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. I couldn't say that was the case before this all happened. I was very lost and very ungrateful. Um, and this person, in a way, helped me very much so. Saved my life multiple times. And I knew when the first incident happened, I should have just immediately took my therapist's advice and got you into a safer location. But I was just not thinking. I wasn't thinking. I had tunnel vision for quite a few months, a year, quite a few years actually. Especially when I was running away a lot and doing cough syrup. Being sober for this long has taught me the value of being sober and clean and not using anything, any substances. It has really showed me how much love truly is in this world besides getting high and making yourself feel good. Being sober for this long has really opened my eyes to how I used to be, who I used to be, who I am still, just coming back to myself. And it's going to be a long, long road of recovery, but with my family and my friends here with me, and people praying with me and praying for me, it's definitely going to be a good long road. And I'm going to meet a whole bunch of new people as well that are hopefully going to rekindle my understanding of who I was before I got into this relationship. Because before I got into this relationship, I was on a very deep spiritual path of sobriety and being free from certain burdens of this world that can play onto your mind and stress. And again, I am so thankful and grateful for everything that happened to me. As it may be foolish of me to necessarily say that in general, because I hurt somebody very badly, and so especially somebody who was so close to me and got to see parts of my life. But the truth of it is, I wasn't being myself. I wasn't at all. I wasn't being myself. I was putting on a front to try to impress somebody that didn't even want that. They just wanted, genuine honesty, loyalty, respect. And that's just something that I didn't give back. And because I was so clouded, so clogged in the mind, I didn't. And so much more was going on than I was talking about. It's none of anybody's business. Like I said in the beginning of this video, nobody put me up to anything. I messed up. It's my fault. That's why I'm making this live. Because in the end, none of this will be of bad. It's all of good. All this one big learning experience as well. And in my experience of learning, I've shut up the possibility
possibility of me being a hateful person again to anybody else, because
as once taught me in therapy
he is that
how
scary
it is to be in that situation where
somebody is
being abusive.
abusive towards you when you love them, and
I think that
the gist of it is that the person that I hurt the most
most as well at the end of the
it
day
was myself. Um,
because the person that I hurt is very
strong, very, very
innocent in a lot of ways, and they didn't deserve that.
at all. Nobody does.
I can say that over and over and over
But again, nobody deserves that, and
I changed so much in so little time. I was so depressed and overwhelmed with everything that was going on.
and
I made excuses to not get help, to avoid getting help, and to acknowledge that I was
a breaking point.
again, no excuses. I think that a lot of the anger
That I had towards that person
was not fair and was uncalled for.
that night.
He was hypocritical, complete opposition to my judgment.
In faith.
I think in the end, as though I've learned who my real
Friends are and who aren't my real friends.
It doesn't go for you to hurt this. I did the same thing to you, like Julia. I get that there's some aspect of revenge for you towards me. You had quite disliking to me for some time.
That you've hidden.
I've had dreams about it.
I've seen things about it, and the fact that
You couldn't have been honest with
me about how you felt towards me that night
before I was arrested
really
hurts, and just shows who you are as a person. And I hope you get help too, because I won't forget that,
and
as you didn't forget it.
but I will forgive you.
I will forgive. I will forgive you. And I hope you forgive
Me too. But for the position
that I'm in
to be speaking on this information,
it's very foolish of me to publicly come out and speak about it, but I've already admitted
everything that I've been going through the state.
Like I said, there's no excuse for what I've done. I've done a horrible thing. And every day I wake up confused, and wherever I am,
I go like this. It's just
subconscious of me to reach over and feel for that person who's gone.
and it's
What I get. That is what I get, because living with somebody
living with me for so long, so close, when you weren't supposed to be.
was foolish on my part. But I realize now that
We are so young.
and young people are prone to making mistakes.
That's how they learn.
So I hope at the end of
This, we can put our differences to a side. And if you guys ever do come around again, knock on my door.
be easy with me.
fighting a battle that I can't win, and I'm getting help, and I'm getting back up in this situation. I'm going to have people there with me to back me up, to protect me, so that if you guys do come around again with hateful intentions, you'll be prosecuted by the fullest extent of law.
And I know that
You claim to be a part of GDK or whatnot, Terry, and I understand that.
but I don't want anything to do with gangs. You know, I feel foolish for you.
Blatantly calling you out here.
But when I texted
You were the first person I texted when I got out of jail.
and I think it's important to remember how far we've come in this life.
I know, so far, I'm 20 years old, but
there's only so much
a human can do until they snap in their mind, I feel. At least me.
and to Terry's family, I thank you for providing this world with such a caring and loving person. And I'm sure you've changed your ways now. But, threatening me and saying you'll raise hell in my own apartment is just not the way to handle it. And then joining me
Through a game which I was playing with my friend and
confronting me, I think was just very curious, very curious of you, of taking interest with something that really shouldn't concern you, because it's the state, it's the state that's prosecuting you. And it's to this point where I wish to never speak with you or your family again. I have nothing against you
as a person,
as who you are. I understand that
you have problems too.
but please don't contact me or
My family, it goes
for both of you, goes for a lot of people who are seeing this right now. You know who they are. I think we'll all be okay. I really do. I think that we'll have long,
healthy, prosperous lives.
but for channel in general,
Give a channel update as well. I've been making a lot of content to upload when this is
all over, and I'm hoping that people will enjoy my
content and people will like what I have to offer here.
Even though I've made a mistake and I'm being public about it, which is foolish, but I feel like to truly reach your full potential in this world, you can't lie to yourself.
And you can't lie to other people.
And that's something that I learned. And it's so hard. I wake up
Every day,
confused and disoriented. But eventually I get going. I mean, I always get going.
One thing that the reason why I wake up in the morning and get going is because of
my wanting to change,
and because of my dad, Steve.
A very thing that stuck with me
As a kid was when I
lived up on the third floor of a big blue house, and my mom lived on the second floor, and I had a room on the third floor. And my dad, Steve,
would wake up
in the morning, come upstairs, and already be laying there,
really awake in bed. I heard him, but I just didn't want to move.
The only thing that got me
Up was when he opened those blinds and I saw the light come in and I saw the blue skies or the rainy day, and it just
motivated me somehow. So, I sleep with my blinds closed.
I've slept with them for closed
for a long time.
still get up and I still get going and I open them. And it's that action of opening them, letting the light in, letting the light touch my skin, that really helps me in the morning, as a human being. Because I'm only human. I've simple tendencies, I have simple needs and simple desires that I fulfill for myself every day and try to make my day better, to make my day happier, and to make my day more meaningful to me, and to try to make it more meaningful to other people. But that's not my job, and I understand that. It's so amazing what pain can teach you, what trauma can do to you. I say that trauma isn't that amazing. And, there's going to be a certain point where I know that I'm going to look back on myself. I'm going to laugh. And then part of me will laugh, not at what I've done, because I'll never laugh at that. But a part of me will laugh at myself for being so close to giving up, to want to give up, to not reach out when I feel like giving up. Because day by day as it goes on, that part of myself lessens out of me. That part of me is being gotten of. And I'm waking up. I feel like I've been asleep for so fucking long. Hey, being sober, I have different thoughts, which is really not that surprising. But I have different things that motivate me now. I want to spend my money differently. I want to be able to come home and lay down without touching my money to please me. To have food instead of smoking. To be completely sober and happy with my body as it is, than to inhale or to consume something to get me to that point where I feel happy. One thing that I've really been considering is medication for my mental health, and understanding that chemical imbalances play a big part of my drug use, and play a big part of how I hide myself from people, and how I fear what people will think if I am myself. And that's stupid. That's limiting myself to my fullest ability. I understand this. But there are so many good times that I could have been a better person if I was just sober. There are so many bad times that would have never happened if I was sober, if I was clean-headed. I didn't have dependencies. I know these sound like excuses, but that's just the truth. I would have been better. I could have been better. And I learn now that my body is a sacred temple. And that, God forgives me for what I've done. I will have to pay for my actions. I have consequences to still bear. Everybody that I've talked to says I don't deserve what's about to happen to me, but it's not for them to say. They don't know. They don't know everything that I did, everything that I said. The victim does. The victim knows. It gives me chills. It really does. And like I said, every day I wake up and wherever I am, I'm confused. I usually don't know where I am right off the bat. It takes me a minute to wake up and remember everything. But before I do get to that point, it is being in content at the same time of being confused. It's hard to explain.
But it was very late. I went to bed at roughly like 3 o'clock today. I woke up at 1 a.m. And I decided I was
I'm going to do this because
I don't have that
much time left out.
I don't know what's going to happen. I keep saying, I don't know why. I'm just searching for the right thing to say at the end of this,
which
I think again, I'm going to reiterate, I don't know
how to truly express how sorry I am to everybody.
but I am
Very sorry.
I made a big mistake. I will never make it again. And I'm not going to
Say never, but
I know now how dangerous it is for me to be so careless about other people, and how dangerous I was to be
myself being
so reckless and abusing my body for so long without realizing it
the consequences.
or knowing the consequences or not caring to realize that they will have effect in the
Future.
Let's go this for point one.
You know, I feel like a pretty bad
Person for what I've done. It's changed my whole life.
It's changed.
And I can definitely say I haven't
Impacted anybody's whole life and
in that way. No, I haven't made it
harder for anybody to get a job. You know, I haven't purposely
told on people
before
to ruin their life. Nor will I ever tell them.
anybody because
It's none of my business to do unless it is hurting somebody else.
else or it is threatening somebody else's life.
I'm just not going to do it. It's their way of living.
It's their way of life.
You know, this doesn't have much relevance
To this topic, but
I'm apologizing to
the Ingram family.
But, I understand now
What it's like to
love and not be loved. Because it was the reverse. I was loved, but
I was not loving.
and it's so funny because
All of the situations that I love, they never loved me.
I realize now
That
I deserve love. I deserve forgiveness. I deserve those things as a human
being that is willing to change my actions.
And I am changing.
Every day I wake up and I'm slightly more of myself again.
I would have never done these
Things if
I had just made the right decisions in life. I just listened to my
gut.
And
I think that
in the end of it, it has taught everybody
you know my colors, my true colors,
at that time.
but
I don't think many
people understand me. I don't think I understand many people either.
And it gets really confusing sometimes.
Being in this world with other people.
And it's very important
To stay grounded and whatnot. But I'm getting to this point where
I can't.
and I've said this so much when they were with me, I can't keep going down this path because
It's just going to end in bloodshed and death.
misery and sickness.
And depression and jealousy and hatred. And like I said, I'm making a commitment to change. I'm changing every day, to improve every day. And it's been really helpful. There are amazing people that improve, that are doing the same thing. And it's really great to be in an environment where
I don't feel judged.
and I know I'm safe. And it's been great being here with my family that cares and loves me. It's definitely reminded me how loved I am, and that I just made a mistake. And there's nothing else to do about it. Just clean up the mess that I've made.